Hi Starseeds, it's Sikaal and Opheana here with part 7 in the Energy Body Tools series. A very exciting one today, all about things connected to your physical body. For instance, the pineal gland activation. What percentage of your pineal gland is activated? What percentage of your 12-strand DNA is active and activated? And what is your percentage of pranic nourishment of your physical energy body? Very important, your physical energy body.
We are teachers of universal consciousness and cosmic shamans, and we want to share all of this information with you in relation to your energy bodies to empower you, to give tools where you can do it all yourself. You can key in on areas and really focus to break through those areas, because we've sort of shared over the last weeks and months, some high level spiritual people get stuck in certain areas even though they're doing all of the practices, etc., and so these are areas to really be very conscious about and say, well, okay, I'm going to focus in on this area is going to really open up this in my energy bodies, which will assist me to anchor more light quotient, will assist me to up my ascension consciousness on the scale, etc. So the pineal gland, how much is it activated? How active is it? How much needs more work? You know, we've got meditations to assist in activating the pineal gland, clearing the pineal gland.
Yes.
There are ways to also physically support the pineal gland with, you know, drinking healthy water, not having fluoride, all of the different weaponized foods out there to cloud the pineal gland, because some, you know, beings out there do not want starseeds to have an expanded, clean, clear pineal gland. And so it's up to ourselves to empower, to say, you know what, I'm free to have a very clean, clear, open, communicative pineal gland. And so if you can find out your percentage of how active it is, then you can really focus in and say, okay, well, I'm ready to expand that. I'm ready to receive more information. I'm ready to download more of my presence in this lifetime.
And the reason is, if you know where to focus your energy, it makes it so much easier to create a change. If you know, for instance, your right arm needs a little bit of work in allowing the energy or blood to flow through easier, you can do some exercises for that. You can flow the energy better by focusing on it. The same is if you know your pineal gland needs to be activated more than what it is, then there's pressure on it wanting to activate more. But perhaps it needs a lot of decalcification, like Opheana was saying. And there's a lot of information on there. Just look online, decalcifying the pineal gland. Do the meditations and get stuck in there, because the idea is that as your pineal gland gets more activated, you have more access to things like your clairsentience, your clairsentience audience, and your voyance. You have more access to your multidimensionality. You can open up more of your multidimensional portals. You can allow more of your spirit connections, more of your connections with your cosmic cousins. You can allow more connections with communicating with Mother Gaia, knowing what's going on there. You become more connected to the timelines of the collective consciousness, your timeline, so you get more access to everything unseen, to your Ascension Council, your team, your guides, the angels, the archangels, the ascended masters. So for all of you starseeds, you could choose it to be, should is not a good word, but choose it to be a very important focus area to expand the activation of your pineal gland.
Yes.
And so by knowing where am I from 0 to 100, you know where to start, and then you know how quickly it can grow. So with pineal gland as well, something that's quite directly connected but still very different is what percentage of your 12 strands of DNA are activated. You may know we start with the basics of 2, and then this opens up to 12 as we evolve into more of the, let's call it, crystalline, starseed, new human being that we can become. More spirit infused. And the more of your 12 DNA strands are no longer dormant but activated and remain active, not just, you know, activated,
Floating
lit
around.
up a little bit, and then, you know, not anchored at that level, because you've got to sort of, by using the tools, you keep it activated and open. I mean, in a meditation, you can sort of access it a little bit, and then it sort of becomes a little bit more dormant again. You got to kind of keep that open by living the life that it can create for you. That's connected often to the pineal gland, so you often see a rising of those two together. So the 12 DNA strands also have access, allow access to all of these dormant abilities that you have no idea about yet, and they're all yet to come, that allow you, you know, deeper knowing about things, deeper connection to things, activations of your galactic nature, your multidimensional nature, skill set that seems to be beyond human. That's the stuff that's going to happen to you for your 12 strand DNA activation. So you want to get that percentage up further and further and further, and it all correlates with you raising in your ascension consciousness. However, like Opheana said as well, you can get stuck on one of these. You can have a real block on your 12 DNA strand activation. We have a meditation, one of the earliest ones on the original channel, and also on the new Meditations Opheana Sikaal YouTube channel, where you can go through an 1.5-hour ceremony with Sanat Kumara at Shambhala to really focus on opening up these 12 DNA strands so that they will be activated in divine timing for you, so you can really pave the way there. So that's one of the things we would advise.
Try to remember linking
well.
it at the end of the video.
Yeah,
but otherwise it is, just look up 12 strand DNA.
12 strand DNA. I mean, even on Google, you'll find it there in the top links, because it's a very unique meditation. So it's with Sanat Kumar at Shambhala.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful. These areas will assist in seeing through the veils, the denseness of this reality, to see through the illusions that have clouded most people on this planet. And so it's such a gift to be able to see through all of this, to know that it's there, but to be able to master yourself through it. And like Sikaal said, the dormant, you know, strands in your DNA can be activated that have also been, you know, a type of calcification to keep the human being at a certain level. I mean, look at the slow evolution, you know, there's still so much violence, there's still so much negativity, you know, we have the ability to be such extraordinary beings, and it's time now, it's really time. And that's why there's so much pulse coming through our guidance, and that's why, again, we share with you, empower yourself. This is a really key area to empower yourself. So the third area of the physical body section of the energy body reading is how much prana, chi, universal energy, cosmic energy is feeding your physical body. How much energy is feeding your physical body? Recently I said I got fat and prana due to so much energy running through that we have not needed as much food as we've needed in the past. We barely need any food. You know, we still enjoy taste, so that's still, you know, something moving through. However, how much energy can feed the human body? 100%. You can be at 100% where you are living and breathing on this planet, fully fed. Some say, you know, you are eating non-stop all day long. Prana, you are, you know,
taking it in.
Yes, prana, you know, is from India, chi, from, you know, the more
China, Oriental,
Yeah, and then, you know, universal energy, that's the rest of us. So it's, you know, how much energy can feed the human body. It can go from very low level where, you know, people of very, very low consciousness are barely getting any energy. You see people of disease, people with the diseased minds, you know, very low, like we're talking 50 points on the ascension consciousness scale, where, you know, you look at them and it's just even hard to look at them because they're in just a very low level primitive state, a lot of pain, etc. A lot of people that we've been testing, you know, are in the 20% range. Some are in the 30-40% range. The 20% means that you can look at your physical intake of food and start to master your body a little more by saying, okay, well, if my body is fed, physically fed, 20% of what it needs with energy, then I can really look at the normal diet and take 20% of it out if I choose.
Up to
20% you can take out to say, well, okay, let's see how that feels, and your body may feel lighter. Getting rid of the densities within the food will support your level within the physical body as well. We will be sharing a lot more on this because a lot of keys have come through in relation to, it's not all about feeding the physical body. It's about, is the emotional body ready? Is the mental body ready? The spiritual body ready to just really claim more cosmic energy in the physical body? The crystalline nature, is it ready? Is this being creating a life where energy can constantly run through, as we said, not just on the weekends or at night, like always throughout your day? Is it supported by cosmic energy, or are there certain times it has to shut off because of the lifestyle, because of how you spend your time?
Yeah, with the realization that there's so much to talk about with that little subject, and we'll just share some really highlights here, is that it makes sense to everybody that your spiritual energy body, which is a layer in your energy bodies, is fed by energy. Total sense. Of course, that's fed by energy. It's not my food that creates that. And your mental and emotional energy bodies, total sense, yeah, absolutely fed by energy. But then when you talk about your physical energy body, it's because you can grab it. All of a sudden, it's a bit strange for the mind to understand that that is fed by energy as well. What happens as you move on and evolve through your ascension consciousness levels is that you've got the two engines. One is, let's call it the energy, the pranic engine, and the other is more the food-driven engine. You could call it
petrol or
and electric as an analogy. More of your electric energy can start becoming relevant to you already. And so that this particular pranic nourishment percentage shows you what of the physical body, we're not talking about the mental, emotional, spiritual bodies yet, because they have layers to move through as well. They've got to be ready with the mind, and you've got to have your emotions ready for all of this. But if you get, whether you get 10, 20, 30, 40% pranic nourishment already, and some of you will get even higher, like 60, 70, 80%, it means that you can cut down on your food intake by choice if you feel guided dramatically. Why? Because you're already fed, and you'll often probably notice that your physical body shape is a bit bigger than it maybe even needs to be. Now, how do you cut down? By simply eating a little bit smaller portions to start with, or one snack less, or a little bit less calorie dense food. That's the type of stuff you can start with, safely knowing that you're already fed partly by energy. And this only increases. Opheana shared the other day that one of our big initiations over 2018 was to move through all of this type of stuff, and we're constantly learning so much about this now, and we're going to be sharing all this stuff with you guys. Just one step back to the percentages that you may expect around your pineal gland activation and your 12-strand DNA activation. We see anything from teens, so 11, 12,
17%.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 70%, all the way up to much higher numbers for those of you that have
30,
that have a lot of your multidimensional gifts already open, a lot of your clair senses already open. It depends on your journey. It's not really better or worse in comparison. What you need to look at is, how is my status quo now? What's my starting point? And start focusing on it, because then you ask your presence in meditations, in your meditations you do with yourself, let's start doing more pineal gland work. Let's do more decalcification. Let's open it up more in a way that's safe for me, but a bit more rapidly than it's been happening. Let's activate more of my 12 DNA strand. I want more access to my gifts. But with that comes Spirit asking you to make changes in your life, because if you do not make the changes in your life that are needed to create more of that, you're going to continually hit those walls. And so it also means more trust in spiritual guidance, that perhaps it's time to change your job, or get out of that relationship that no longer suits you, or leave that group of friends or family that are no longer supportive of your journey as a starseed here in this realm. That's the type of stuff. So everything comes and works together with you letting go, choosing spirit, choosing your guidance. All of it works together, so you can ask for all of this to be heightened, and spirit will answer, but you are then asked to make the steps through into less acting by personality, more acting through spirit. And as far as pranic nourishment goes, those percentages can go up quickly as well, but they'll ask you as well to go on an emotional and a mental journey to let go of where is my attachment to food. Where does food still cause safety for me? Where is it comfort for me? Where is it socially connected in? And it's a whole huge initiation just in itself.
Yes, absolutely. Wow. The choice to increase your pineal gland activation, the 12 strand DNA, and the cosmic energy running through your body, it automatically asks you to make shifts and changes in your life.
Yep.
And so again, so many people get stuck in this area. Just give it a go. If there's doubts, should I, shouldn't I? If I make that choice, it's so definitive, it's this, it's that. Just step back, have some retreat time. This can be one of the biggest and best ways to get more clear communication. I don't know whether to let go of these people because my eyes and ears keep confusing me. I have this gut reaction when I move away from them that I feel bad about myself, but they're saying all the right things and I love them. Just have some time and space and retreat to figure out what's right for you, because that's what it can take, just some presence time, just presence. And sometimes that's all spirit is asking of you. It's not always jump off a cliff and risk everything and let go of it. Some of the key biggest things you can do is to sit with yourself and really commit to making some time and energy to just really be in presence and hear and listen. What is it I need?
Yeah.
So,
and I just want to add on to that, because that's beautiful. One little thing that has helped us on this big journey, a lot of multifaceted journey, is, let's say you get an energy body reading done and your pranic nourishment is 25%. And you already kind of knew you didn't need as much food as you do, but you still kind of love the taste and you don't really want to change too much. Try it for a set period.
a week.
For this week, I'm going to try to skip on my late morning snack. Just going to try, see how it feels. Or I'm going to change that particular meal for a healthier alternative.
Some fruit.
That's the type of stuff you can start trying, knowing now that, wow, my energy, my physical energy body is actually fed by prana, knowing that there's a larger and larger group in the world that live off prana, period.
Yeah.
So the model is still really new to our society, and it's still really fresh, looking at pranic living and breatharianism. And you may have not heard about it, but more and more people are doing it. More and more people are proving it. Also,
non-terrestrials, a lot of them are doing it.
A lot of non-terrestrials aren't in physical forms anymore. They just live as energy, or they live in a vessel that no longer needs to be supported by external energy intake to then burn that food to create energy, because we're all energy anyway. Everything is energy anyway. So think about those type of things, and that opens up this realm of pranic nourishment. It's a fascinating journey. And then when you learn more about your relationship to food across your life, fascinating, multifaceted, very interesting, very strong ties and bonds and addictions and
best friends in
layers,
food.
best friends and comfort, but also the excitement that there is more that awaits you. So all of that.
Yes, we look forward to sharing more. The teams are non-stop talking about this one, so we've got lots to share with that at another time. So witness, be conscious, be present, and we look forward to being present with you next time.
Beautiful. Many blessings, guys. See you next time. Cheers.